trim this out. Okay. Anyways, hello fellow YouTubers, and today I have before you Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And because I bought some new cards today, I'm getting back into it. When I was younger, I played Yu-Gi-Oh, but from what I got today, my new cards, I lost all my old cards, but from my new cards, here are my top 10 favorite cards. So, this is number 10, and this is number 1, my favorite card. I haven't had the chance to use it, but it sounds like it's awesome. That's probably why it's my favorite right now. So, if you don't know what Yu-Gi-Oh is, it's practically Pokemon's counterpart. One's a bit more hardcore, in my opinion. Anyways, though, let's get to number 10. So, this one is the Negate Attack Trap card. Basically, if your enemy goes to attack you, use this card, and then their attack doesn't work, and so it saves you a lot of hassle. So this card can be very useful depending on the situation. My number 9 spot, Monster Resurrection. Whatever. Reincarnation. Sorry. If you discard one card and target one monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So this can be a useful card. If there's some card in your hand that you don't want, you could just discard it and then bring a monster that could be useful in. So that card can be very much so useful. In my number 8 slot is the Call of the Haunted. Basically, this card here allows you to bring a character back from the dead in the graveyard, and this is played on it, but as soon as this card gets destroyed, or the character gets destroyed, they both go into the graveyard, okay? So basically, if one goes, they both go. But it can also be a useful thing if you're fortifying yourself. The next one is Malevolent Nuzzler. Basically, what this card does is it gives whatever character you attach it to 700 plus attack, and depending on the character, that can be pretty substantial when it comes to attack. So I have this 1500 character, and you'll see him later on, and I attached this to him, and then afterwards he did 2100 damage because of this card. It's a nice card to have. Let's see, number 10, 9, 8, 7. So number 6. That is the card I was talking about. I attached this card to this card and boom. Its attack is actually 500, 1000 less. What this card does though, if I have no cards in my hand, and I have no spell or trap cards, so none of these kind of cards here, then this guy's attack turns to 3000. It doubles practically. And so he can become very useful in certain situations. So then, here comes my number 5. Beast of Talwar. He has no real effect, but he does 2400 damage, and I had a lot of fun playing with him today, and I got a couple good kills with him, and he did not die. Number 4, it's a Fiend card called Goblin Elite Attack Force. Basically, if this card attacks, it is changed to defense position at the end of every battle phase, basically. But it was a pretty useful card, and it was pretty effective, considering the fact that I was able to boost its attack to add 1000 onto its 2200, so it was 3200. Yeah, it was a fun thing. Number 3 is this card, a very recognizable card, basically saying your opponents cannot attack you for 3 turns. So if you need to set up if they got a big white plan to take you out, and you need like 2 turns to set up something so you can easily counteract that, and you have this card in your hand, play and activate the spell card, and they can't do anything to you for 3 turns. And they just have to be patient, and then you can set up and get ready for their attack. Then you can counteract whatever they're throwing at you. So, moving on to number 2. I like this card mainly because of what it can do. It, whatever's left over on the attack, it goes straight to it. It has piercing damage, so even if the card's in defense position, it doesn't soak all of the damage up. So you can still get a hit from this guy, no matter what. If it manages to overpower whatever character it is he is attacking. Next one. This one is a special card. It is a... I can't remember what it's called. But it's one of these cards. Yeah, it's a really nice card. It's called Generosaurus. I don't know. In order to summon him, I need 2 level 3 monsters. And when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, I can detach 1 Exene's material from this card. Inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent, so it can become pretty effective, especially as it goes along. If he stays on long enough and you manage to take 8 guys out in 8 different turns, and you're playing 8,000 life, you win with this card. It's practically, if you play it right and keep him alive, you can win in 8 turns with this guy. As long as he's powerful enough, which means you should add cards like these. If you had this card and then there are other cards that add 200, just like had like 2 of these or something, you play them both. I don't know if you can only attach 1 card to a character at a time. But say you could attach 2 of these, then you could add 1,400 to this guy's already 2,000. That would give him 3,000 and 3,400 attack. On top of my 2 other cards. I have 2 other cards for the time being. We put 200 on and then put out 400 and be 3,800. But anyways, those are my top 10 favorite cards. And basically, also the deck I built today is that afterwards and later on, it's practically a Dragon and Fiend deck. So, pretty exciting things. Anyways, thank you for watching, and pretty much, just remember, what works, and I thought my jokes were bad. Rich mixed out.